Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we will be on the Atlantis. Yes, captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor and hit that like button. But also, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to the YouTube bridge. We're always on the lookout for like-minded captains to share our love, our passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now, with that said, here we go. Yes, captains, I know I'm a little late on this, but regardless, we've been kind of waiting on some bugs to kind of be fixed since the release of the actual 14th anniversary bundle. But other than that, we have been having fun on the ship, and let me just say, it has just been a blast. So what we're going to do in this video is go over the build, go over the weapons, space set, consoles, space stations, traits, DOFs, and then head over to Cure Advance. So as I mentioned, we are on the Atlantis Temporal Destroyer, and again, this was part of the 14th anniversary bundle and the first ship that we took out, and really didn't get the bundle itself. Don't regret it. Only got the two ships. This is one of the two videos that we'll be putting out for the anniversary bundle, but regardless, we fell in love with the ship first sight, and the performance of it is just a bonus, really, to be honest. But and this ship, when I saw it, it reminded me of two ships. One, the Kelvin, which some of you captains know, that's one of my favorite ships, the USS Kelvin, and also the Baran. And the reason being for that is the bridge module. It's actually kind of located more in the front, just like the Baran. We'll kind of have a quick look here and have it here already ready. And you can see there the bridge module is kind of at the front there, which I actually like. And we got to get back to this ship, really, to be honest, because it is one of the better looking designs. But regardless, the T6 skin on this is absolutely amazing. And of course, this is the Challenger, and we don't really like that skin, but we're glad that they gave this skin some love. So that said, let's go over the build, and nothing too crazy. And of course, as you can see, captains, we have not T6X this because we kind of want to just see how it does stock coming fresh out of the CSTORE. And again, really, for the most part, all of our builds, all of our videos that we mostly do is just for fun. Our fun here. So, for weapons, we got four of these bad boys. The Agni Phaser Dual Beam Banks. Mark 15, for us to reroll to crit DM damage 4. All we did was just get them off the exchange. And then, of course, the Maelstrom Quantum Torpedo, which we got from the legendary Akira. And of course, that is in the legendary bundle with the Valdor. This torpedo just sounds, looks, and hits hard like a truck. Love that torpedo. Space set here, the Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter Deflector from your fleet colony. The prevailing innovative impulse engines from your competition rep. You're using the Elite Fleet Plasma Integrator Warp Core from your fleet Spire. And then the Tilly's Review Pending Modified Shield from your Discovery rep. And for the aft weaponry, we have the Trilithium Enhanced Omnidirectional Phaser Beam. This does give us a chance for some haste, but this comes from the episode Nexus, which means this is free. So all you gotta do is that episode and you'll get this for free. And then just an omnidirectional phaser beam array. This we bought off the exchange a long time ago. Now, I don't normally use dual beam banks. I don't like how they look on some ships, but for some reason it works for the ship, in my opinion. Now, the ship does come with the experimental weapon. Not my favorite, but it's there, so we're gonna use it. It's called the Focus Particle Cannon. Has heavy radiation damage and scales with EPG and AUX. It's just there because it just came with the ship. For devices, this is what we're working with. We've got the Kobayashi Maru Transponder for its buff goodness. The Temporal Negotiator to help with our cooldowns. And some energy candy there for the plus 20% bonus energy weapon damage for 20 seconds, plus 30 Starship Shield penetration for 20 seconds. Consoles, this is what we're doing here. We are using the Emulating Phaser Lance. Of course, this is from the Deimos Pilot Destroyer, which you can get for your event campaign. We love this console. It just works on every ship, really, to be honest with you, Caps. So what does it do, though? It does give us plus 15.8% phaser damage and a little bit of Starship Shield Pen, 43.8. And we're using one of our top favorite consoles now, the Experimental Power Redirection from the Excelsior 2. Again, you can get that from your event campaign. 19.9% increased energy damage, 13.3 Starship Weapon Amplification, improves critical hit severity, and it is just a beam overload Thaw Symphony. So it's overwhelming area beam attack for 15 seconds, plus 60% energy weapon damage, scales with engine, shield, and aux power, swaps randomly between beam overload 3 and fire at will 3. It's just beautiful, to be honest with you, Caps. We are going to use the console that comes with this, which is the Disassembler Emitter. So plus 18.5% all damage with directed energy weapons, scales with Starship Particle Generators. Plus 28.5% all damage with exotic damage abilities. Don't have that here, but it's there for you if you want. It's not my most favorite visual, and you'll see that when we do our pew-pews. Next up, the Dynamic Power Redistributor Module, or the DPRM, from the Atlas, aka the prototype Dreadnought. Plus 11.3 all damage resistance rating, plus 19% directed energy damage. We're using this for its clicky goodness. Bonus damage resistance, hull region for 20 seconds, plus 40% bonus damage while above 60% hull, plus 100 bonus damage resistance rating, plus 500% hull region. Not bad. And we are pairing it though with this console, the Point Defense Bombardment Warhead, plus 25% projectile damage, so that's going to help our Maelstrom. And this, and its cute little 1% critical chance. But paired with the DPRM, we get this, plus 33% phaser damage for directed energy weapons, which we have. Next up, we're using the Weaponized Helical Torsion, plus 15% phaser damage, plus 15% critical severity. This comes from the, well, we got this from our legendary Crossfield from the 10th anniversary bundle. It is an area of effect, physical damage plus hold chance. It looks like a water sprinkler, not gonna lie, just saying. Next up, we're using the M6 computer. This is from the Tier 3 Temporal Escort. And this you can get from your Starbase Dilithium store. It's a great console. Plus 15% bonus all damage for 15 seconds, plus 25% cooldown reduction on tactical bridge officer abilities, 20% fire cycle haste for all weapons for 15 seconds. And then you get a plus act and plus defense of 30 for 15 seconds. Again, that's just a Tier 3 Escort. Comes with this console. Very good. And that's just a Temporal Escort. Next up, the big brother of that console, the Domino from the Bajoran Interceptor. Of course, we got this from our events years ago, but you can get this as an epic tier reward from the Phoenix prize pack. Plus 15% phaser damage, plus 20 AC rating. But what does it do? Weapon damage plus haste extended by kills. So for 10 seconds, 25% fire cycle haste for energy weapons, plus 25% bonus all damage, plus 25% recharge speed for bridge officer abilities, plus 100% recharge speed for torpedo weapons. So it's helping our torps as well. And of course, if you defeat a foe, plus 2 second duration to all effects. So that's pretty good there. Now we're going to use the Shield Absorber Frequency Generator. This comes from the Legendary Valdor, or the Valdor Tier 6, I believe. But we just ripped this off of our Legendary Valdor there. So when below 90% on any shield facing, 2.5% chance per shot for all energy weapons to restore shields for 200% of outgoing damage. So it's there for our survivability, because this does need it. It's a destroyer. So pair that with the DPRM. Hopefully we don't blow up, but we'll see. We are facing the board, by the way. So to round off the tactical consoles, we have the Vulnerability Locators, the phaser of course, plus 39.4% phaser damage, plus 2% critical chance, and of course you can get those at your fleet spire. So the stats on this bad boy, Actually, we're just going to save this now since we see that. Stats, we have 38.3% crit chance and 177 crit severity. Captains, I do have Pendevers helping me. I don't have it ranked all the way up. It is only to 600, and I choose to do so because we're doing fine before the cap, and we're still doing fine in my opinion. So there's that. Again, this is not T6X2, so again, we're just trying to see how this does stock. Skill-wise, have not changed anything. Caps, you can pause the screen if you want, but I have spent 8 in engineering, 10 in sci, and then 28 in tactical. For our specializations, we have intel primary and temporal secondary. Traits, this is what we're working with. We have a good day to die, adaptive offense, beam barrage, fragment of AI tech, unconventional systems, intelligent agent attaché, self-modulating fire, Terran targeting systems, superior beam training, and of course the Boimler effect. Now, without being T62X, we only have 5 starship traits to work with, and this is what we're using. Emergency weapon cycle, super weapon ingenuity. So as you can see there, it's increasing the duration of beam overload. Pairing with that, preferential targeting. After using beam, fire at will, or cannon scatter volley, plus 100% damage to beam overload. Yep. And we're going to use a trait that comes with the ship, temporal tunneling. Weapon haste for exotic or temporal op-buff abilities. When triggered, 100% fire cycle haste for energy weapons for 5 seconds. So we have some haste on this build to help with our pew-pews. And then to round that off, universal designs. Space rep, nothing too different. Advanced targeting systems, magnified firepower, precision, enhanced shield penetration, and the Boimler effect. For active space reputation, anti-time entanglement singularity, biomedical shield generator, quantum singularity manipulation, refractory tetron cascade, and deploy sensor interference platform. For our stations, left to right, top to bottom, this is what we're working with. The viral impulse burst, emergency powered weapons 2, and override subsystem safeties 3. As you can see, it is an Intel ship there with temporal as well as the full spec there, or full commander, I should say. Heisenberg, there's our cannon scatter volley, and our main damage dealer, of course, beam overload 3, and recursive shearing 3. So you can see we are using temporal and intel abilities with the ship. Distributed targeting and torpedo spread 2 for our maelstrom. Emergency powered engines to help us move. And then we got tractor beam, scramble sensors, and photonic shockwave. So now we go to our DOPS. So we got the 2 on ground helping us in space. Neil Falconer, increased damage versus the Berg. Elder Malikatan, space increased damage versus all. And then for our space stuffs, emergency holographic con officer recharges evasive maneuvers when emergency powered engines is activated, which we're going to use 2 zip across the map. We got 3 energy weapons officers. So they give us a chance to stack crit severity, which we got 2 of them, and 1 chance to stack crit chance when we fire energy weapons. We do also have a projectile weapons officer to give us a chance to stack crit severity when firing projectiles. And then Delirene, increased damage versus Zeberg. So there it is, Captains. There is the build, and I must say I've been having so much fun on the ship And it just looks so good. It's like a hot rod in space. I don't know why it just... Oh, that's a close-up aft shot right there. Look at that. 2 photon torpedo launchers. Bam. Then you got the photon torpedo launcher there, I believe. They're on the pylon. And you got 2 more there. So yeah, we had to. It'd be nice if I had another one there on the bottom pylon, but it's okay. So, the one thing I noticed here, and it wasn't even right away when I bought the ship, it has hangar bays on the sides of the saucer, which is pretty cool. I kind of like that. It would have been nice if we can actually have fighters on this, but that'd be a little too much in our opinion. So what we're going to do now is go into Cure Advance. So what we're going to do, as we've normally done with our build videos, is go to the left side, take care of business over there, clear all that up, go to the right, and as we do so, clear all the bops heading for the Kang, clear out the right side, finish off the middle, and then finish a TFO. And at the end, of course, we'll give our conclusion. So let's do that. Cure Advance. And let's see how she does. Hopefully we don't pop, but again, this is a destroyer. It only has 76k hull. So we're gonna need to finish the targets as quickly as possible. But yeah, this ship just looks amazing. I love the look of the deflector. It reminds me of the Kira deflector there. So it has a lot of elements going on for it, like Kelvin, USS Kelvin with the 2 pylon. And for some reason, I like those type of ships that have that top and bottom warp nacelle, or in the Kelvin's case, the secondary hull. Then, of course, you got the photon torpedo launchers, and that bridge module is pushed forward just like the Baran. And this just looks sleek right there. That part there right behind the saucer. But, okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see how she does, shall we? Oof. The lighting here. I'm telling you, Caps. So good. All right, let's call that left side. Do our best here to buff ourselves before we head there. Woo. Take the simulator out first. There's that. Take out that Borg Raptor there. This Borg Raptor, and then of course these ones heading over. Take that out. She moves pretty well. Take care of these ones actually first going here. So here's a visual of the console. Not my favorite, a little too much for me, but sure. It's disassembling things. Make sure to protect the Kang here. They're kind of getting in their business. There we go. Okay, let's take care of this one. Woo! There goes that. That took care of the sphere, I think, up there. This is just ridiculous. It really is, to be honest, Caps. This ship just performs so well. Now, we do have to manage our cooldowns here, but let's see what we can do here. Woo! Ooh, get that maelstrom in there. Done now. Aha! Always gets iffy there in that last because our cooldowns, we use them for the first and sort of second station there on the right, but we did it. We did it. We're in good shape. Let's tell the Kane to get out of here. And let's prepare to finish off this TFO. Hopefully we can survive this onslaught. Get that going though. Let's get rid of the assimilated carrier as fast as we can. Yeah, it's like a green bolt that come for the experimental weapon. But there it is, captains. That is how the Atlantis did against the bird by itself. Little iffy there in the middle, but we managed to take care of it. And of course, let's go take a selfie here. Captains, as you know, we love our selfies. And if you don't know what that is a ship selfie. And this is one of my favorite methods to do so. I don't know what it is. It just has, let's look at that. It just has a nice little glow to it. And we're not sure which one's going to be the actual thumbnail, but regardless, any angle, yes, we're taking a bunch. So let's get out of here.
Engage.
As Captain Picard said. My Captain Picard. All right, so there you go. That is how she did, and she did extremely well. Now, some of you may ask, well, how does this do in an IC? Stock-wise, captains, thank you to some of our fellow caps. They took a parse of the ship, and let's show that right now. Right there, you can see it did 499K. So pretty much, I'd like to say that's like a 500K ship, and it could be better. And this wasn't, all we had was a tank here, and of course, Master Dude, shout out to you, Master Dude, thank you very much for doing that. All it was just a simple ISC run with some of my fellow caps. As you can see, it performed extremely well as a T6 ship stock right out of the CSTORE. Now again, one of the reasons why I don't fully T6X any of the ships that we get, for us it's not really necessary. It does well, we know it does well, and we always say, of course, we're always having fun, but as long as you synergize your build, you should do relatively well. And I've seen this do on a more competitive team, do a little bit more like 300, but 300 to about 500, the range of the ship is amazing. Again, fresh out of the CSTORE. So do I recommend the ship from the 14th anniversary bundle if you have yet to get one? Yes. Or to get it? Yes. Especially if you're not getting the bundle. You can get this ship individually, and again, it just performs really well and looks good. The looks already sold me on this, and with how it performs and have been performing, it's just been a blast. And again, one of the other reasons why I don't T6X my ship is sometimes I just don't stay on a ship long enough, and it's not really, I don't really consider it as like sort of a mainstay ship, just a ship for us to try and use. But having said that, this has been a great ship to use, and we can't recommend it enough. So hopefully, captains, you have gotten it or will be getting it. There's always sales, and just a great ship overall, especially for beam overload if you're one of those captains, or fall. If you're a beam squirt, you can make a beam squirt, up to you. So that is the video. Captains, do us a huge favor and hit that like button, but also comment below if you have the ship. Let us know what you think about it, and if you recommend it to our fellow captains. Of course, subscribe here to the YouTube Bridge, and we have another ship video that we'll be doing, of course, the other ship that we picked up from the 14th anniversary bundle, which is the Wani. That is a fun build. I don't know which one I had fun more with, to be honest, Youth Caps, but regardless, look out for that. So with that said, we'll leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.